Hello and welcome to my Facebook Live. My name's Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the UK. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are watching live, then please do say hi so that I know you are here and I can converse with you. It's always nice to know who's watching. And then if you're watching on catch up, either on Facebook or on YouTube, then feel free to make any comments or ask any questions if you have any. And then I can respond by message directly either on YouTube or Facebook, or send you a private email, whichever suits you. So we have today another one in our card making sessions on making some animal themed cards. And yesterday we made this one here. This was my sample that I had, and this one here is the one that I created live. I'm just making sure that everything is all working, which it looks to be. So this was made using this fun Springtime Joy stamp set, and obviously this was the lamb that we used. And this afternoon I'm going to use this cute little bunny bunny rabbit. This was the sample that I made recently with the rabbit and the Easter basket with the eggs in and the cute little butterfly. This little duck is also really cute, and I have a sample of him or her here. So I might do maybe the bunny and the ducks, or I may just recreate this one perhaps in different colours. So I'll see how we go. The components that I've got ready, I've got a white base card, but I can swap that out if I need to change colours. And then I've got a couple of background scallop circles, and I've cut out the word welcome from the centre, mainly because that's going to be covered up, but also this says welcome spring, so I thought it might be quite nice to use the word welcome and then have spring separately. So I've cut out two. One is in Mango Melody and one is in Early Espresso. Haven't quite decided which one I'm going to use as yet. So I've got the same pieces cut out in scallop circles, and then I've got a stitched circle for my image stamping. So the welcome, if you're wondering where that comes from the Well Written set of dies. Oh, bless you, Julie. Thank you so much. Hope you don't get into trouble. Thank you, I much appreciate you sharing. So that's where the welcome comes from. And then this one here, the scallop circle, comes from our layered circle dies. And then our stitch circle comes from our stitched shapes dies. So that's where they all originate from. So let's do a little bit of stamping and then we can decide how these are going to go together. So I have got some different colours of background paper that we can use depending on what we end up with. So let us get cracking. So I have my blocks and I have my stamp set, so I'm going to definitely use the cute little bunny, and I do quite like the bunny and the basket, which is perfect for an Easter card. You could do welcome baby as well, that would also work. Oh, Carol G, nice to see you. No snow. but it is very cold. Yes, cold and windy, that is for sure. So let us pop this on a block here. So there's my little rabbit. Here is the basket with the eggs. Okay, and then I will add that little butterfly as well, because I think that butterfly is cute. Just pop that on a small block. I did wonder whether I should do the Easter bunny with a couple of the chicks. What do you think? Rather than the Easter basket. The chick's face sort of left into the bunny, so I could have a little couple of those instead. So maybe I will try that, just so I've got something different here. It's a very cute bunny. I've got a different set of stamps ready for tomorrow, and that's from the Hey Chick stamp set. So let's just put this one on. So we've had snow flurries today, on and off most of the day, but it's not amounting to anything. We still have snow on the ground, but it is sort of, you know, slowly disappearing. Not that it's been cold enough really for it to melt completely. So let us see how we get on. So this is, of course, early espresso. I'm just going to pop that on there so I can see how it lines up, and I'm looking at this bottom line here, and that looks absolutely fine. Just going to turn this ink pad round so it's nicely inked up, like so. And I think what I'm going to do is, sorry if there's a bit of a shadow there as I'm working, I do apologise. I'm going to pop the bunny here to the left, like so. And then maybe two little chicks to the right of her, just to be slightly different. So again, I'm just looking through to see where the chick is placed, if I keep that line centered. So there's one, and I'm going to pop two on there. I think they'll just about fit. Hopefully. There we go. So like they're holding hands almost, don't they? So colouring in of the bunny and the flowers is very straightforward. I am going to use crumb cake for my bunny, but you could leave the bunny quite white if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. I've got the light glaring at me so I can't see my colours very well. So there's crumb cake. Oh, bless you, Karen. So where are you based, Karen Mackley? Let's have some daffodil and mango for our little chickens. Chicks. So this was my chick sample here. Did mango around the outside, daffodil, and then pumpkin pie for the nose. Let's grab a pumpkin pie. There we go. And then I'll decide whether I'll put spring underneath with my welcome on top, or whether I'll do welcome spring like that. Oh, bless you, Karen, you're not far from me. Well, Northamptonshire is quite a big county, of course. Okay, so let's have a go with this. So I've got dark and light crumb cake. This is my dark. So I'm just going to use the dark around the edges of my bunny, like so. I might give this bunny some sort of little pink feet, maybe. Okay. And then just underneath where these flowers sit. Hello, Lynn. I hope you're well. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. There we go. Just adding a little bit of dark there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of sort of pink in the ears and for the feet, I think. So I've got dark petal pink, and just putting a little bit in here, like so, and a bit for his cheeks. And then I'm going to bring in the light crumb cake. Hi Tracy. I definitely need a new light crumb cake pan. So I'm just bringing that in from the outside. So go. So I hope everybody's had a reasonable day. I was convinced it was Wednesday earlier on, but I have no idea why I thought that. So just blending in that little bit of the cheeks, and then here. So obviously my little ducks here are going to be, ducklings are going to be in yellow. So I need to think about what background colour I want. There we go. Do a little bit more blending from that edge. It actually caught me out, the because it's still light out there. Gradually the evenings are drawing out, and I was chatting to Lynn and then realised that, oh, it's nearly 5 o'clock and it wasn't dark. Alright, so let's see, I've got dark daffodil light. go. I could have put her in the middle of had one on either side, couldn't I suppose? But you'll get the general idea. And I'm thinking two flowers in daffodil and then two flowers in a pink or something. And then I've got light mango melody. And here. Like so. And pumpkin pie for their little beaks. Like so. So I do need to put some ground on to for them to have something to sit on, and I just need to colour in the other flower here. So let's just pick what have I got here? Poppy Parade. Dark Poppy Parade for the other flowers. So red and yellow. Oh, I tell you what paper would look nice behind this, and this is the strawberry papers, because that's got nice red crisscross on it. So I'm going to put a dot on that one and that one. A bit of green for the leaves. And because they're very small, I'm just going to do a light light green leaf. Hello Jill. So thanks for joining us, Jill, Karen. There we go. Right, now I might, just for a change, normally I just use a blend pen to go across here, but I might add a stamp just to colour that in. So if you're not very good at colouring in large areas, consider using a stamp for that. And I happen to have got Hydrangea Haven here, and I think that this stamp here would work perfectly under there. It's got some of its own colouring, light and dark in there, so that would be quite a good one to use for our ground. Just going to put my block across at an angle so I can see through it a little bit better. And so yeah, get away with that. Let us have a look and see if that's a better fit. Nothing in it really, is there? There's just a slight, I like this top bit which is sort of slightly uneven. Perfect. So I'm thinking just a pale green, Pear Pizzazz would do it. Let's have a look and see. So if you don't like doing the shading underneath, do think about using a stamp if you have one to do that shading for you. I know that's off your view a little bit, but yeah. So can you see this has got some shading built into it? So if this was too dark, you could obviously use the Stamp Top version, like so, or you could use the bottom end of it, which I put under here, which has a lighter bit of ground, if you can see that. So I think that's what I'm going to do, even though I like the shape of the other one a little bit better. So I'm just going to pop that there, and in my line of sight I've got the where the bunny is sitting in line with this grid paper here to help me. So I'm just going to stamp there, like so. There we go, so it gives a nice effect. And I've got a little bit of a gap here, so I can just add a little bit on there, like so. And fill in that little gap there as well. Okay, so it gives the effect of shade without you having to colour it in. So if you're not very confident in doing shading underneath, do think about using a stamp. Now we've got lots of these stamps that do that sort of splat or swoosh. You could use one with lots of dots as well for the ground, all sorts of things. So there's my ground filled in. And the other thing I can do is add a little bit of sky interest to this with a blending pen. So I keep a generic blending pen for each colour. So I've got a blue one, a green one, a pink one, etc. Move these out of the way. I'm going to bring this one in because I might do this one at the same time. Just to add a little bit of sky going on. I don't think there's much on there. Nope. So let me grab balmy blue, I think. For sky, I usually go for balmy blue or seaside spray. Just depends on what I'm feeling like and also what the other colours are. So there's various ways you can dot it like so, and then you can use it on your grid paper to blend out and see what colour it is. Now if you do dot it like that and then go straight on, you will get a darker effect. You can also brush it like that. Okay, so this is a brush. It looks like foam, I know, but it is a brush. So let me just add a little bit of ink, and I'm just going to do it on this one first so that I can use this one. This is something I was just practicing with the other day. So I'm just going to come in from the top. Yes, I saw that. How very exciting, Jill. So Jill's just had a delivery she's been waiting for, and she's watching us, not playing with her new goodies. Okay, so you get a really soft effect. If I put this next to there, hopefully you can see the blue. I'm not actually sure that you can in this light. I can see it clearly, but I'm not sure that you can. If you want to add a little bit of interest to your sky, you can just take a scrap of paper. So I'm going to use the bottom here of my grid paper. You want it to be thin paper, so copy paper, grid paper, something like that. And then you can just angle the line of the grid paper and then bring in your blending brush that way. Someone's got to cook the dinner. Oh, there is that. So you're watching the cooking dinner, I'm guessing, Jill. Okay, so that just brings in a little bit of contrast for the sky to make it look like there's clouds. And you can use this for this method for almost anything. You can make it look like mountains, you can make it look like grass and hills and scenery. Let's just add a little bit here, like so. And I'm just going to add freeform a little bit here on the left. So that sky does actually go all the way down, albeit lightly down to the bottom. If you can see that. Did difficult to know if you can see the angle of that or not. It is very, oh yes, I think you can see it. Oh, that's okay, Brenda. Don't apologise. It's nice to have you join us. We're doing another spring come Easter card. It could be a birthday card. So I'm just going to add in a little bit more of that blue so it's a bit more obvious for you. I do love these blending brushes. I was a great fan of our daubers and our sponges, but they've been superseded in my use by the blending brushes because they're just so easy to use. If you prefer to hold them at the handle to give yourself a little bit more, hello Julie, what's the word, a little bit more control, then do that. If you hold them right at the end, obviously you've got less pressure, so it's entirely up to you. Thanks for joining us, Julie, and thanks for saying hi too. I'm just going to put a little bit more on that left hand side. So just covering that little bit up. And adding that on there. There we go. Very subtle. But I appreciate you may not be able to see that on your on the camera. Okay. So there we go. There's our little scene. Okay, so quite different to this one. This one I did, and I haven't added any sky, and I've just added a little bit here. So here you can see the difference, how it hopefully brings it to life, which is by adding more of the ground, because obviously the ground just doesn't just stop in front of anything, and adding more to the sky. Okay, there's nothing to stop me going back into this one if I'm careful, and adding a little bit of sky or ground at the bottom with my blending pen. I'd need to cover this up if I did, but what I have done for this one is stamped, using a stamp to get that effect across the bottom. Thank you, Tracy. And here's my cute little one on his own, bless him. Okay, so let's see what we can do to put this together. So Julie and anybody who didn't see what we did yesterday, this was yesterday's card, using the sheep from the same set with the flowers, and I added a little bit of bling there, sequins and champagne rhinestones as well. So this is one today's, and you can see how much that steps up. So I've got a couple of backgrounds that I can use. It's all going to go onto a white card. So let me see what they look like. So this is crumb cake, which gets a little bit lost. This is early espresso, and my general rule for having a background layer is to make the background darker than your foreground, and that will make that really pop and stand out. Okay, so all I've got to do now is decide on what paper layer I'm going to pop behind. And I've got two packs of paper here. One is the brights and one is the neutrals. And I think I'm going to go for the brights because I think the yellow would really pick up the yellow of this of the duck. Oh, I did say actually I might try the strawberry papers because they've got a red stripe. So just want to make their beaks a little bit darker. So let me just grab the strawberry papers, and you can let me know what you think. Who says? Here they are. So these are the free papers that you can choose in celebration, and let me get them all out. So this is the strawberry seeds. So I'm thinking these will be too detailed, you know, too distracting, but on the backs we've got this one here with the strawberry seeds. That's rather nice because it's poppy red. But the other one I was thinking of, if I can find it, is this one here. I mean, they're all fab. It's a smaller piece of it. So this is what I was thinking, like so. So that's rather cute with the red stripes. And then we've got the strawberry pips, so it does look a bit like rain actually, but they are yellow, and that does pick out the yellow of my flowers and my chicks. So let me know what you think. Which one do you prefer? I think they both work. Any suggestions as to which one is better? Because I can't decide. This one reminds me of picnics and things like that. The pips. Karen likes the pips. I do think that the yellow looks rather cute. Red, okay. Not the plaid. Oh, thank you, Gloria. Perfect. That's the choice then. Perfect. You like the plaid. You can't, I can't please everybody. So we're going for the pips. Tracy says yellow. Well, I did yellow yesterday, I've decided, Tracy, so... Oh, you mean the red and the yellow, maybe? Okay, so I'm going to cut this because my finished size card, which I showed you yesterday how to create that size card, is 9.9. So I'm going to cut this to 9.3 to give a little bit of a border. So this is 9.3 by 9.3 centimetres. Have a look. I could put this on a yellow card actually, but I think that will, the white will do the job. Cute. So which way round to strawberry pips go then? Yeah, it's that way. Now I have got my welcome pieces of card somewhere. Here we go. So I have got welcome that I could add in, and then spring, or I could put welcome at the bottom. It gets a bit lost down there, it's a bit pushing it a bit, isn't it? So this one here says welcome spring. That's the sentiment that comes with the set. So I could have welcome and then the word spring, or this one I made into a happy birthday. Let's put this bit together anyway. So those lovely strawberries. So I'm just going to use my seal for that. And your best bet with the seal is always to draw it down towards you. Check that I've got my card opening the right way round. And layer that on. So I'm just hovering over, keeping my fingers underneath the paper on the right hand side until I've got it in position. Like so. I'm going to put this flat on there because I've got this welcome cut out of it. And then I will use some dimensionals to raise this up. So any comments please on a sentiment, or should I leave it? I could put an Easter sentiment on the inside. So this stamp set comes with 3 sentiments. So Easter is a lovely reminder of new beginnings. May the new life of spring bring you joy and welcome spring. So I've used those on the front. I think this is a nice sentiment, and this could be a good one to send to my mum, because I think she's desperate for some spring happiness. So maybe I will just put that on the inside. I'll do that while you're deliberating. Oh, hi Belinda. Oh, thank you. Yes, we can't wait for spring over here. And I guess it's similar for you. So these are the ones that we've done recently. I'm going to pop this one up on dimensionals. And then deliberate about my sentiment. So say I have cut a welcome out of the early espresso. And because it's quite a big die cut, I'm putting 6 dimensionals on, and I will put one in the middle as well. Normally you'd see me put sort of 3 or 4 on. So Belinda, I wonder what time it is for you. So here in the UK, we're approximately 20 to 6 in the evening. So I'm guessing you must be early afternoon. Okay. Going to pop Bunny and the Chicks on there. And then I'm going to stamp May the new life of spring bring you joy on the inside. I'll just pop that on a block. I'm just going to stamp that onto my paper so I can check whether my block is straight or not. I can retrieve my early espresso from underneath. So do remember to use stamps for grounding your animals and trees and things like that, if you're not very confident in using your blends pens. Yep, that's nice and straight. Well, it's straight on there. Whether it will be straight when I come to stamp it is another matter. Okay, let me just move this out of the way. There we go. Now the new life of spring bring you joy. Oh, 11:30. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Belinda. Well, it's nice to know that I pop up in feeds all over the place. Thank you so much. So, I'm not sure I'm going to put welcome. I think I might just leave this one plain and send it to my mum. 70 degrees. So here we've got So you're obviously in Fahrenheit, so we are -2 here. That's in centigrade. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, I'm afraid. But yeah, a bit colder than you for the moment anyway. So those are my cards. So this was yesterday's one, and then this one is my variation on this one for today. I will be back again tomorrow. Let me give you a sneak peek of tomorrow's card if you'd like to see it. I had it here propped up and now it's disappeared. Here it is. So tomorrow we're going to be using the Hey Chick and Hey Birthday Chick stamps to create a card like this. So this has some dies to go with it. I've used the All Wired Up in the background, and you can see I've been using the blending brush for the sky and the greenery. Sorry, that's my dog digging. Thank you, Gloria. So this one says have a happy day and a little dancing chicken. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow if you're able to join us. Obviously if you can't join us live, so tomorrow's session is at 10 AM for us in the UK, so probably a little bit early in the morning for my States ladies. But you can watch it on replay, and you can also watch all of my videos on YouTube as they get uploaded after each Facebook Live. So thank you for joining me today. Let me just hop over and say hi to everybody. Let's see if I can move my dog out of the way. Let me just say hi. So here I am. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to crafting with you tomorrow. I shall be here at 10 AM with our Hey Chick and Hey Birthday Chick stamps. So some fun chicken stamps. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to crafting with you again soon. Please take care, look after yourselves, look after your loved ones, and I hope you can keep crafting. Thank you so much for joining me. Cheerio. Thank you. Bye-bye.